Welcome to your Field of Yoga Project Focused Flow video sequence. I'm Mary McGinnis-Meyer, and I will be teaching you a short sequence you can do at home, and Val will be demonstrating everything to make things easier for you to apply at home in your body. So to begin, let's just take hands to heart center and take a moment to feel yourself grounding down through your heels a little bit more. This is a moment when I will invite you to set an intention. And start to feel the breath moving up and down your body so that you can exhale all the way down to the soles of the feet, focusing more weight in the heels. On the inhale, follow the breath all the way up to the crown of your head. On an exhale, lower your chin. On an inhale, raise your head and open your eyes. And as you can see here, I've got a great sequence ready to go. Let's begin. So start off and come up on your tippy toes. Take an inhale, raise up on your tiptoes, and then get that sense of the breath moving down the body on the exhale and up the body on the inhale for about 3 breaths. All right. So if you feel a little bit of hugging in the midline, it can help you keep the raise onto the toes with good balance. And Val is stellar at this. You might not be on your toes still. All right, then go ahead and lower the heels down. On your next inhale, we're gonna go with a 2-part chest opening breath. So inhale and draw the elbows down along the back plane of your body, palms forward, and then straighten the arms, second part of the breath. On the exhale, bend at the elbow joint, and then extend the arms overhead, and that's the extension of the shoulder joint. Okay, so inhale first, articulating the shoulder joint, second, the elbow joint, and then second, taking it up. All right, so as you're doing this, little things you can remember are, you don't have to raise your shoulders up. They can stay, down. It'll take a little bit of focus on your part. So now, for this next one, go ahead and bend your knees, and when you straighten out your arms, you're going to extend forward. So that's on an exhale. The inhale is articulate the shoulder joint, pulling down first and raise it up, extending the arms straight second, okay? So exhale, bend at the elbow, articulate shoulder as you come into extension. So things to be aware of here. Val has really excellent extension in her spine. There's not a rounding or an arching in it, and that's what you're working on, keeping as straight of a line as possible. It's going to be determined by the bend in your knee. So some people have to bend their knees quite a bit more to get the back straight. Bending your knee frees up the pelvis. We're going to do about 10 of these, and you're going to feel it probably in the major joints of your body, the hips and the shoulders. And as you're doing it, weight in the heels. Okay, so this extension forward, try to push the weight into your heels. All the way through this practice, you can always think inhale is going to be a heart center action, and exhale is going to be a navel center action. And you might become more aware of that as you practice more. And the next time that you come into the extend forward, she's going to hold it out there, and she's going to breathe. So you may have to feel a little bit of tailbone down here if you tend to have a back bending, lordosis thing going on. If you know you have the tighter hamstrings, then it's going to be the opposite. You're going to try to stick the sits bones up and back behind you. Okay. Now on the next inhale, raise it back up with the 2 articulations of the arms. And then exhale straight through to the forward fold. So you'll go through extension and then fold. And we'll stay here with weight moving forward onto the feet. All right, so you might have to make sure that your neck is letting go. Val's very good at it because she's been told it in too many classes. The tendency is to still hold some tension in your neck, but instead let gravity work. Now on an inhale, step it back into plank with your chest lowered. We are now doing shoulder-only push-ups. So the chest is low. On the exhale, push into the hands and raise up the space behind the heart. Awesome. So the inhale is let the chest lower down, and it's lowering down the arm bones. The exhale is push into the floor. So one more breath of that. The inhale is to lower, the exhale is to raise. Now inhale and then use this as the opportunity to now lower down. You might want to set knees down before you lower. All right, fingertip cobra. As you come up with this, you are going to fire the muscles of your back. And exhale to release. When you land, release the muscles of your back. So use the muscles of your back to bend you back. That's the primary action of this pose. Secondarily, keep track of where your elbows are. So when Val comes up, she is pressing her elbows back and downward and inward. Awesome. And it is working to place her shoulders properly. So if you use your elbows back, down, and in, the shoulders will find a really appropriate place. So we'll do this maybe 1 or 2 more breaths so that you feel even, depending on which head turn you had at first.
That's even.
And then palms together overhead, yeah. This is an opportunity to breathe up and down your spine. Reconnect with the breath if you need it. And then let's roll over onto our back and get into a little bit more core work. So on your back, take the knees into the chest, take the hands alongside your hips, and when you turn your palms up, soften the fronts of shoulders away from each other. On an exhale, raise your body up, okay? And then just extend your legs out. Just do that, it's easy. They're just above the floor, right? Flex your ankles, yes. Now, inhale and raise your right leg up just a little, and exhale, take it back, squeeze the midline. And then take the left leg up on the inhale, exhale, lower, and squeeze the midline. So do that a few more times. And try not to take your leg any higher than about half the distance between the hover point and vertical, okay? So that the core is constantly at work while you're doing this. So the inhale is to raise, and the exhale is to squeeze. That'll be the last one. Go ahead and lower it down. And next up is bridge pose. So place the feet, and they're very close to your sits bones, but as wide as your hips. And then take the elbows in. So this is a way to trick your upper back to getting into the back bend. So see how Val is really elbowing and digging the elbows into the floor. Now she's going to inhale to come up into the pose for about 3 breaths. The elbows are pressing in. This is where you can work the inhale into the heart center. So there's a good lift happening, heart to head. On the exhale, you're using your power of your navel center to kind of push your knees down the mat. After 3 breaths, the hands lay flat onto the mat. And we continue with inhale, heart center, exhale, navel center. Okay, so this is a way that even as a beginning practitioner, you can start to get the deeper elements of the practice just by pulsing the awareness between heart center and navel center with every breath. On an inhale, then raise your arms overhead, and then on an exhale, go ahead and lower the hips down. And then extend your legs out, and we'll do inhaling up and down the spine again. And this can be done all the way through the whole body. You want to feel it go all the way up to fingertips on the inhale, all the way down to the soles of the feet on the exhale. Reconnect with your breath. Okay, and then we're going to roll it over and take a down dog. Okay, so for your down dog, make sure that you are allowing the whole spine to be in extension. And the best way to do this is press some weight onto the front of the hands, like Val is doing, and push forward into the mat, and this will get your hips to push up and back. Now on an inhale, go ahead and lower your knees down and drop your chest and pull it forward in the room. This is cow pose. Exhale back to child's pose. Push forward in your hands to anchor the hips way back. Inhale back to cow pose. The chest is forward, it's an inhale. Exhale into down dog, and let the breath go to the navel and try to get the hips further up and back. So inhale, the knees come back down, and it's cow pose, and exhale, pushing forward into the hands. You can also take navel to spine here. Inhale to come forward, drop the chest, pull it ahead, and then exhale into the down dog. Okay, one more time through that. So the knees drop, the chest opens forward, so good. Exhale, child's pose, anchoring it back, and then inhale back to cow pose, and curl the toes under, and come into down dog. So we'll stay here for about 5 breaths of stillness. So if you need to do any adjusting now to make the pose feel better, do it, and then count 5 breaths, being very still. after 5 breaths, and don't rush them, you can press pause. After 5 breaths, step to the top of your mat for a forward fold, Uttanasana. All right, so in this forward fold, let the weight fall forward on your feet now. So I mentioned earlier, weight in the heels, that's when you're in extension or in a standing posture. When you're in a forward bend, make sure that you really are letting the weight fall forward and letting the neck go, okay? So now just inhale to an extension posture and press into your heels, and then exhale to fold. And then on the inhale, through extension, all the way up to standing at the top of your mat, arms through the side body, hands come to heart center, and recall your intention. And now we'll go through a few sun salutes. And we'll go through 4 of them. The first time through it will be with basic poses, and then the second time through it will be variations, okay? That'll make more sense as we get going, okay? The first time we go, you will be doing sun salutes that will be loosening up your hamstrings and the whole system of tissue of the back body. Then we're going to go through and do 2 sun salutes after that have more of a hip opening quality, okay? Total of 4. 2 for hamstrings, 2 for hips. I guess I could have said that quicker. Okay, so here we go. Take hands alongside the hips. And on an inhale, sweep your arms up through your side body, extension, Tadasana. Exhale all the way to forward fold, keeping the back as straight as you can as you go. Weight on the front foot. Inhale to extend here, weight in the heels. Place your hands, exhale back to down dog. So you're getting extension up and through your spine. Inhale, take your right leg up to the sky. Exhale it forward to warrior 1 stance. Plant your left heel. Inhale to raise up, typical warrior 1. Exhale to hold here, stay bent into the knee, track it up to the side. Inhale, raise your body by straightening the knee. Exhale just to extension. Hold there for an inhale, drawing that right hip back, left hip forward. Exhale to fold here. Then take 1 inhale, keep that right hip drawing back. Bend into the knee, exhale back to down dog. Okay, inhale to come out to plank. Exhale to lower all the way down. The hips are setting down last. Think of it like that. Inhale to come to a cobra pose, and chest is open. Take an extra breath. Muscles of the back are firing. Elbows are back, down, and in. Exhale, release and put palms together overhead. Okay, inhale all the way up your spine to the fingertips, and then follow the breath down to the soles of your feet on the exhale. Inhaling up to fingertips. Exhale, you'll slide the hands 1/3 of the way down the ribs. This is your prep for plank, which do this to the knees if your hips tend to be the last thing to come off the floor. Gather up everything with an inhale, squeeze the midline, press your tailbone back to your heels. Exhale, push forward in your hands to come up. Take an inhale in your plank, and then exhale, down dog. Inhale, take your left leg up. Exhale, sweep it forward to warrior 1. Plant your right heel. Inhale to raise up. Exhale to hold. Our energy threw each other off. Inhale, straighten up your front leg. Okay, exhale to extension. Draw your right bottom rib down. Hold for an inhale in your extension. Exhale to fold. Keep tracking back through your left hip. Take an inhale here, releasing as best you can, especially through the neck. Exhale, bend your knee, step back, down dog. Take an extra breath here, and just be very conscious in this extra breath. Then on an inhale, step or hop to the front of your mat into extension posture. Exhale to fold. On an inhale, we're going to come all the way up through a standing back bend. Press into your heels, lift up through heart center, and then exhale, sit in the chair with feet and knees together. Now inhale, crown of the head forward, hips back. Exhale, twist to your right. Take an inhale, pressing your palm down, and the exhale is trying to push the left hip back in the room a bit more. Awesome. The inhale is raise it up all the way, and then exhale, you're going to arc it to the side. Press down through your left foot, take an extra breath here. Lots of length coming up through the fingertips. On the inhale, raise your body up. Exhale, sit in chair. Inhale, crown of the head forward, and then exhale, twist left. Okay. Press the palm down first. This lifts your waist up. Then press the hip back on the exhale, making sure you have a good axis to twist around. Inhale to come all the way up to standing, palms together. And then exhale, push down right foot, arc it left. Take an inhale and exhale through your whole right side of your body. And then on an inhale, you'll raise up, and exhale, hands come to heart center. Recall your intention. Okay, same thing now, still working at the hamstring level, but we're gonna make it a little bit more challenging. Weight in the heels. On an inhale, sweep the arms up, and exhale, forward fold. On inhale, extension posture. Exhale, back to down dog. Inhale, take your right leg up, and exhale, sweep it forward, warrior one. When you raise up, interlace your fingers overhead on the inhale. The exhale is hold. Get a lot of space through your ribs. Inhale, straighten up the front leg. Exhale to extension. On the inhale, sweep the arms behind the back, interlace the fingers. Open your chest by pressing way back through the knuckles. Exhale, fold. Take an inhale here. And then on the exhale, bend the knee, place the hands back to down dog. Inhale out to plank. Exhale to lower it down. Now inhale, come to a high cobra. This can be whatever height allows you to utilize the entire spine in the back bend. We'll take about one extra breath there. On the exhale, we're gonna release it and go palms together overhead. Inhale up to your fingertips. Exhale to the soles of your feet. Not yet. Breathe more, girl. Inhale up to your fingertips. Exhale, slide the hands a third of the way down the ribs. Now squeeze the midline with your ankles together. This will get your thighs light, right? And then try to reach pubic bone to navel. That might work better for you. Exhale, push forward into hands, plank it up. Take an inhale there, and exhale to down dog. Now it is left leg that goes up on the inhale, and on the exhale, sweep it forward, warrior one, plant your heel. Inhale to raise up. Interlace the fingers the awkward way, not the normal way for you. Exhale to hold. Straighten up your front leg. Okay, that's the inhale. The exhale is extend. Okay. Inhale, sweep the arms behind your back. Awkward interlace, press back through knuckles. Exhale to fold. Take an inhale, and exhale, down dog. Bend into the knee, hands to the mat. Step it back. Take an extra breath. And the next inhale, steps or hops you to the front of the mat into extension posture. Extend and then fold, exhale. Weight on the front of the foot. Inhale, coming all the way up to standing back bend. Okay, press into heels. Exhale, sit in your chair. Feet and knees come together. Inhale, the crown of the head forward, hips back. And exhale, twist it to the right. So this time, maybe work to finagle your left arm across, straighten your left arm towards the floor, and try to get the right arm to go up towards the ceiling. And this might take more than just one extra breath. Awesome. On the inhale, raising all the way up, and then exhale, arcing it right. So when you arc it right, make sure you're keeping the ribs lifted up, especially on the right side. And then on inhale, raise back up. Awesome. Exhale, sit in the chair, hands to heart center. Inhale, the crown of the head forward, hips back, twist it to the left. This is the exhale. And now, see about getting deeper in this twist. You're gonna take the right arm across more, you're gonna straighten that arm towards the floor, the left arm goes to the sky. And then, pull the base of the skull back into the pose, awesome. On the next inhale, you get to come all the way up, and palms together. And then exhale, you're gonna arc it. Oh, I missed it. I missed her rib again. We'll get it next time. Inhale to raise up. Exhale, hands to heart center, recall your intention. Okay, so now we're getting into the hips with warrior two as opposed to warrior one in our sun salute. So weight is in the heels. Inhale, sweeping up to Tadasana. Add the standing back bend now. Exhale to forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to your extension. Exhale, place your hands, step back to down dog. Inhale, take your right leg up, and this time take it way forward, warrior two. Plant your left heel. Inhale, raise up to warrior two, and then on the exhale, reverse your warrior. We're gonna do this one basic the first time, and then with a little more challenge. So inhale, back up to your warrior two, exhale, and side angle with the elbow resting. And then take an inhale and an exhale up the left side of your body. Then inhale to come back up. And exhale, down dog. Okay. All right, vinyasa time. So inhale out to plank. This time, I think we're gonna go with a chaturanga up dog. So exhale, shift the weight way forward, awesome. Inhale, push into the front of the hands, tip the chest up, and exhale into down dog. So that was an up dog. Check your tutorials for how to do them because we're gonna keep flowing. Inhale, take the left leg up. Exhale, sweep forward to warrior two. Plant the heel. Inhale to raise up to your warrior two. On the exhale, you're gonna reverse the warrior. I'm picking on her. And then take a breath here, up and down your left side. And then the inhale takes you to warrior two. The exhale to a side angle. This time the breath moving up and down the right side. Coming up on the inhale. The exhale is down dog. Place the hands, step back. Okay, take an extra breath. And then look between your hands if you're gonna hop there. Otherwise, step there, inhale, extend. And then exhale to fold. On an inhale, all the way up, standing back bend. Exhale, sit in your chair. Okay, inhale, crown of the head forward, hips back. Exhale, twist it to the right. And if you want to finagle into the deeper twist again, do that. And the technical term for this is finagled twist. This will feel more compressive than the other one where your waist is lifted. Inhale to raise up all the way, and now I've got the ribs. Lift the ribs all the way up and then arc it to the side. Awesome. Then on an inhale, you can raise yourself back up. And the exhale, hands to heart center. Yeah, that thing. Crown of the head forward. Twist it left. All right, and you can do finagled twist. It has a more compressive effect. Or lifted twist, pressing palm into palm, lifts the waist. Then on an inhale, raising up out of that, all the way up to standing, lifting ribs, and then arcing. And then push down into your right foot to get more space on that right side of your body. Raising it up on the inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center, recall intention. Okay, so we'll go through that one more time, slightly more challenging. All right, so this hip-centric sun salute. On an inhale, sweep the arms up through the side, Tadasana. You can standing back bend here. Exhale the forward fold. You can. Inhale to extend. And then exhale back to down dog. Okay, right leg goes up on the inhale. Exhale, sweep it forward, warrior two. Plant your heel. Inhale, raise up. And now, interlace the fingers overhead. Exhale the reverse warrior unsupported or with just the support of your body. You're taking a breath up and down your right side. And then you'll inhale back up to warrior two, and then exhale into a full side angle. This might require a block. Place your hand outside of your foot rather than inside, so I threw a block in there so you can see what that looks like, but Val doesn't need it, so I'm taking it away. Next inhale, you'll raise yourself up into warrior two, and then the exhale is down dog. Place the hands, step it back. All right, so we'll do another vinyasa. This time it's going to be up dog, chaturanga, up dog. So inhale through to up dog. This is taking the chest upward, so push down in the front of your hands. Exhale, chaturanga, keep the chest open, lift the core. Inhale to the up dog, and exhale to the down dog. So your feet didn't have to move at all on that. You could just stay on the balls of the feet. On an inhale, take your left leg up. Exhale, sweep it way forward, warrior two. Plant your right heel, inhale to raise it up. Interlace the fingers overhead. Awkwardly, exhale into your reverse warrior, and then take a full breath up and down your left side. An inhale and an exhale. On an inhale, you can raise it up, and then it's full side angle. The arm goes outside of the leg, and the opposite arm is really reaching forward. Turn your ribs up as best you can so that she is tilting up. On the inhale, she's going to make her way up to warrior two, and the exhale is stepping back to down dog. Okay. Take an extra breath here, and then loop between the hands. Step or hop there on an inhale, extension posture, and then exhale to fold. Okay, and now let's take an extra breath or two or three here. Let the weight fall forward onto your feet, okay? Make sure that you are letting the entire spine hang, and it includes the neck. Okay, on the next inhale, coming all the way up, sweep the arms through the side body. How about back bend here? This time, yes. And then sit in the chair, hands to heart center. All right. And we'll add a little more challenge here too. Inhale, crown of the head forward. Exhale, twist it to the right. Okay, and this time keep the palms together instead of doing finagled twist. Put the weight in your right foot, step it back with your left leg, and you will be in a twisting lunge. So then take a breath or two here. Try to push your right hip back on exhales. Press into your right palm on the inhales, and it'll keep the spine extended nice and forward in the room. All right, right, so see if you can now step it forward with your left foot and find the, yeah, we did it. And then inhale to come all the way up. And then lift the ribs. Exhale, you're gonna arc it to the right. Take an extra breath. And then inhale to raise it up. Back to the chair, hands to heart center. Inhale, crown of the head forward, and then twisting it to the left. And we'll add in the challenge of weight on the left foot, really light on the right, step it way back onto the ball of your foot, and breathe. Okay, so left palm down, and try to press your left hip away from you so that you're not shortening your left side waist, and roll your navel up into that newfound space there. And then when you're ready, you can step it forward to inhale to chair pose. Oh no, it's step it forward to inhale all the way up pose, and then exhale, arc it to the left. That new pose, all the way up pose. On an inhale, raise up. Exhale, hands come to heart center. All right, so recall your intention again. Okay, and we're gonna move into a very short standing sequence, and that will be all that you have for your home practice. Then I'm gonna leave it up to you to make sure that you unwind enough after doing it, meaning some poses on the floor, okay? And there will be tutorials online to help you decide some of those poses. And you can also take notes when you come to class. All right, so here we go. Hands at heart center. Got to get a balancing pose in. So we're going to shift it onto the right foot for a warrior 3 balancing pose. Your left leg goes back behind you. All right, and then take your arms overhead. And as you lift from the very back of your thigh, let your body just lower to balance you. Yeah. So there will be a tendency for the left hip to come up, but you're going to work to drop it. It's an internal rotation of your back leg. Take about 2 more breaths of inhale up to fingertips. Exhale to the sole of the foot. 1 more breath. Inhale up to fingertips. Exhale, sole of the foot, and then step it way back, and we're going to go right into triangle. So triangle is a stance that is usually somewhere between warrior 1 and 2. For most people, kick your hip back, cut it slightly in, and then come into triangle. All right, so here we're breathing space across the collarbones. You might have to work to keep the right shoulder back into the back plane of the pose, as well as the skull coming back in the back plane of the pose. And you should feel like you are on the edge of tipping to your back side of the pose. Then that is where the true balance of the pose is. So inhale to raise it up, and we'll face the feet in the straight ahead direction from the heels, and then we'll twist it to the back wall. And so it's going to work like go ahead and take hands on the hips first. Extend the crown of your head straight ahead, and then place your left hand. I'm sorry, it's your right hand. You're gonna, yeah, I'm mirroring. Roll it back. So she's rolling her shoulder back first. Then she's going to touch her shoulder and push her elbow straight up to the sky, and then from there she's going to straighten out the arm. Yeah. So now we're in a variation of a twisting triangle, and it's a great pose to start to build the twisting action of the spine. See if you can push in the outer right foot a little bit and lift this hip up a little. Now every inhale is heart-centered. It goes into your chest. You're pushing it forward in the pose. And then on the exhale, it's navel-centered. That's where you can work the twist from the navel. Okay? All right, so now go ahead and fold in this pose. Okay, so let your weight fall evenly on both of your feet. And take a few breaths of letting your body find a little more symmetry. Yep. And you're going to let the whole spine release down, and it, of course, includes your neck, that thing at the top of your spine, the thing that is your spine, but we often forget or separate it out. All right, so go ahead and just walk your hands to the front of the mat, and then step it all the way to the front of the mat into forward fold. Okay. And on an inhale, we'll come all the way up to standing. And if you choose the standing back bend, you get extra points.
I did that.
And then other foot. So you shift weight onto the left foot. Extend your right leg back behind you. And you're going to raise up from the back of your right thigh. Extend the arms first to make it more difficult. You're going to lift from the back of your thigh, not from the outside of your thigh, and this will help you to keep the internal rotation of your back leg. Continue to breathe. So it's inhale, extend through the fingertips. It's exhale, extend through the heel. It's perfect. Okay? Don't go anymore. You're going to make it too hard on yourself. the next exhale is going to be a step it back. Okay, and it's a triangle pose, so it's going to be one. Okay, so kick the hip back, cut it slightly in, and then come into triangle pose. This pose, we are working to keep the entire weight of the body way to the left side of the pose. This includes drawing the left shoulder back, the right shoulder back, and then there's a sensation of trying to pull apart the shoulders and create space between your collarbones and the front body. Okay. On an inhale, you can raise it up. And then face the toes straight ahead of the heels. And we twist to the back, so hands on the hips. Yeah, there she goes. The left hand goes down. And she's going to twist it back. She's going to touch the elbow. She got all the points on that one. All right, so rolling it back, take the skull back towards me a little. Yeah. So we're looking for all kinds of extension through the spine, and sometimes that's going to feel a little bit like trying to draw your skull back, but push your chest forward. And this will get the spine nice and straight so that twisting is both more appropriate and more effective. Okay, we're going to fold it, and on that fold, let your body hang. So weight comes forward on the feet whenever you're in a forward bend, in a standing forward bend. And that helps the tissues of the back body let go. See that the neck is letting go. She's all good. All right, and then walk your hands to the front of the mat and go ahead and step it back to a down dog. And what we'll do here is we will take a child's pose and then take whatever types of floor poses you would like to for release. And if you want guidance in what kind of poses to do, there are tutorials on the online, and or drop me an email. Okay, so thank you for practicing. Continue your practice and learn from the content that exists in tutorials online, and then practice with this more flow-based video, and those things combined will help you make progress really quickly. Namaste.